Hello? We working? Is this going? Receive. There's so many more packages now. Got my present? You're gonna like this party stuff. Okay. Hey, we're live! Hello, friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm Handington, and today we're continuing Cookie Run Oven Break. Yay! So, as you have read by the title, new cookie update and also old cookie update. Need to let you know. Before we do that, I'm trying to get Kamiho to level up, so I don't give out gifts to everyone. Yes, you do. But thank you anyway. I can use the rainbow cubes. We'll say hi to you. You'll get this. You get that. Even a bent key might be useful. What happens if I give you a bent key? I don't have any bent keys. You get a pouch. 5. Alrighty. So, as you have seen, something very important has happened that I have discovered. See, I don't know when this has occurred. I have not checked for a little while. But it is vital that you all know this. All Cookie Run players out there, you all need to know this. I'm getting these basic things because I have tons of money and that helps me to get one of the other achievements. So, oops. In the mileage gifts, when you spend crystals on stuff, if you scroll all the way down, you can find Space Donut. And you can just unlock Space Donut by cashing in your mileage points. So, I had spent my mileage points, I spent 5 and then a spirit potion on the donut. And you can get Space Donut now. You can also do that for the pets. Over here, you can get the mini donut ball, a little munchkin. You can just get them now, as opposed to the darn Bluetooth thing that would always be over here. There's apparently 2 new friends left, accept. Yes, and then Dio Brando. You get an accept as well. So, this is an amazing thing, because otherwise, Space Donut was the hardest cookie to get. You had to add nearby friends using this Bluetooth thing. I did it once because I had downloaded Cookie Run Oven Break on a friend's tablet, and I connected with that. Because it's easy to find people online. It is so hard to find people around the world, and you can only connect, by getting 5 nearby friends and adding them to your friends list manually using the Bluetooth. So Space Donut is the hardest cookie to get, and it's technically a donut, not a cookie. But it counts as a cookie. So that was the hardest thing that you could have acquired. You can also now pay tribute to these things, and then get an extra bonus, which I think is awesome. But Space Donut! Since the beginning of the game! Now, Space Donut was already, I'm remembering my train of thought, Space Donut was already a very strong, epic cookie, one of the best in the game. However, most people did not have Space Donut. Most people could not have acquired Space Donut, because even if they had some friends who played it, most would not have 5 friends that they could then invite who were brand new to playing, no, that's the invite event. They didn't have to be brand new, you just had to add them to your friends list via Bluetooth. So you could unfriend them, and then friend them via Bluetooth. You can only do that once per friend. I had tried to unfriend and then refriend to see if that would count for multiple times. It does not. It is, like, they save that per account. So you have to find 4 other accounts, and not just accounts, but the people who have their phones with Bluetooth next to them. You have to be standing next to the person for it to work. Sort of like, the old-fashioned Game Boy Advances and link cables, except there's no cable. But it's not like the later Pokemon games in which you'd be able to, trade around the world. Though it would require you to be close by. There's also a new treasure, the Thunder Drum. So some of that extra lightning is coming from the Thunder Drum as opposed to, good old lightning. It was actually pretty easy with Lightning maxed out to be able to get all of the Make It Shine event things over here. Here we are. Yep, I've only had this... I started playing last night. I also have already unlocked Roll Cake Cookie, who I would like to show off to you right afterwards if it wasn't for the fact that earlier I happened to find out that this amazing revelation happened. So I have yet to actually test out and play with Mini Donut Ball and Space Donut, so this will be my first time showing it off. Where are you? It is probably the weakest. Because I think it's... yeah, it is the weakest. I don't know how leveling up will work with it. I imagine you'd have to use the basic chest and then get lucky, or like the basic one, not the special one that'll give you a certain list of things, because then the Space Donut and Munchkin won't appear. So it would have to be in the regular Supreme chest, and you'd get lucky. Or you have to spend your Spirit Potions, or you'd have to use the mileage points, which, mileage points definitely worth it to get the new cookie, to get Space Donut. Not sure if it's worth it to spend 10,000 crystals to give it 10 points. That's not worth it. It's better to save that for the legendaries, who are much more worthy of that. One lift from a hole, I get a free rescue for the combi. Alright, I'm gonna try this out. Practice, yes. You have little Shrek ears. Oh my gosh, it's Space Donut! Ah, I get to play as Space Donut! Oh my gosh. It slides on its side. Space Donut is the only cookie that is not actually a cookie. All of the others have become a cookie, but to make it seem more alien, it is a donut. And it makes things into other donuts. Also, apparently, I believe the lore of this cookie is that Mini Donut Ball is its brain, and its brain is focused on world domination. And Donut Cookie is dumb, and is just happy-go-lucky, and is just enjoying life. While, Mini Donut Ball is the one behind the scenes, who, wants to take over the world. We can read its description later. I just really wanted to play as it. If you are just starting up the game, and you happen to get enough crystals to get a mileage thing, maybe save up for the legendaries. But if you are able, like you've been playing the game a little bit, you have enough crystals, knowing that you can get Space Donut for a mileage gift, Space Donut will be helpful earlier on in the game. If you can't get anybody stronger, I believe. Well, then again, I'm also going by the earlier game stats. There are so many stronger cookies out there that it may be better to just spend it on them. But I mean, ever since the beginning, Space Donut has just been taunting me, and taunting everybody, with it being unable to be unlocked, and in all the other things, like last year's Halloween competition, not this year's, but last year's, when if you ran with the cookie, you got bonus points for that cookie, you weren't able to be Space Donut, so you missed out on tons of Space Donut things. But now you can just unlock Space Donut whenever you want, and I think that's a wonderful thing. I'm happy. I'm so happy. And Space Donut turns all the different kinds of jellies into donuts. So cool! Yeah, due to the fact that it is both very weak, and also other cookies outclass it, it has not been too kind. The power creep has not been too kind with it. Unfortunately, it is much weaker now than it had been at the beginning. Because otherwise, I believe it would have been the strongest cookie. In the earlier days, the strongest ones were, like, not strawberry, orange, and... who's a what's-this? The Sprout, Guy, Herb Cookie, and Yoga Cookie. Those were, like, the top tier, as well as Wind Archer, who has remained strong. Wind Archer is still pretty good cookie, though better in breakout mode than in, what do you call 'ems? The normal mode, the trophy race. So now you must spread the word, and if you have been helped by this video, and you're still watching it, because I should have said this earlier, I am on board with you liking and subscribing, because that would help out my channel immensely. But the word must be spread. You must know, Cookie Run fans. You can use your mileage gift to get Space Donut. Now, I'm a huge fan of this game. I play it almost every day, actually, even if it's just for a short time just to get the daily stuff, because I love this game so much. And it's on my phone, which is very convenient to be able to play it. And every time I'd be scrolling through, it would just be like, you have, like, 55 out of 56 cookies unlocked. And it would always just have the one cookie that I could not get, Space Donut and Mini Donut Ball. And in the magic candies, which I was able to enchant to level 3 for Space Donut, it would always just be the one that's unlocked. That was locked. And now I have finally unlocked it. I felt a little annoyed because I figured, like, oh, I'll never get Space Donut. So I had used up tons of the meteorites. Not all of them, but tons of the meteorites that I had gotten before, which are its special ingredient, to get more of the little powders. And I still had saved enough, so I only had to buy a couple of them, but now I will have to buy more. I had, like, the most of them. No, I had the most of the fairy cookie, thingies, because I could use those the least after I had maxed her out. But after that point... Oh, that's right, he's in ghost mode. I just realized Pirate is like Danny Phantom. He's going ghost. But what was I saying? Anyway, so I had enough to be able to upgrade it. Ooh, we got bronze, silver, and gold. So I had enough to upgrade you, little fella, and your magic candy up a little bit. But I'm going to swap you out. My combi... Actually, this combi should be changed anyway. What is the stronger thing? What is the stronger thing? It should be something new. It should be you. Save. Okay. So that will be my new combi for the Memento. Like that movie Memento. And now I will switch you over to this one. No, this one. There we go. Thank you. For later events. So I'm very happy to show off Donut Cookie. And also here's the puzzle. Oh, that was good. I paid for some of the treasure chests because there's the Crystal Cash Back event. I've been saving up a whole bunch of crystals. Only 6,000 away from being able to get some reimbursement on that. And luckily the event stays around for a while, so I don't feel too bad. Ooh! There is a bonus. 6 time for the rainbow cubes. Ooh. This one is very expensive with the, Kuzma what's-this-is. The magic candies, because you need the golden hammers. Oh, I can't create it for a little longer. Oh, this is going to be another one of those that takes forever to recharge. So if it fails, that's the only way that you'll be able to get the achievement, as opposed to if you do it every day. Hate when that happens. Did that one with the was it the clovers? That's very frustrating to me. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of it when it does that, though I think it's 1 extra day now, which is better. Oh, good. Alright, so here's the maximum magic powder. I don't mind spending my pirate coins on this. I feel like it's a worthy investment. And I only buy the other items like this on discount, though I already have the hand wraps, so I don't need them. Giggle Bomb is maxed out, and I will never spend coins, my pirate coins, on normal coins because I have a ridiculous amount of them. Okay, well that helps to get back some of my magic powder. And roll cake cookie, the whole point of this, whole point of this thing. Let's check you out. Well, I've already checked you out before. Oh, this doesn't bring up. I wanna show off before I finish this up. Oh, hello, nerdy Octoling. Hi there. I'm glad you were able to make it to the stream. Before I begin with Log Roll Cake, I want to finish up with Space Donut, who I am so thrilled. I also ended up liking her demon design. This one, I liked Orange Cookie's outfit here. I like it after all. Oh, and I don't remember if I said it or not, but I had splurged and I bought Mint Choco Cookie's outfit just because I could. I wanted to have him in the awesome outfit. Where is Space Donut? There is Space Donut. I have found you, Space Donut. Bree, bree, bree! So the donut beam, it shoots beams to get stuff. Story! Can't communicate with this mysterious creature. Plus, it doesn't seem to remember where it came from, and why. Well, at least we know it's got legs, sort of. So maybe after running and running, and some more running, it'll remember? Yeah, let's hope to that. Little Space Donut. You're a donut from space. And I like you, because you're a space donut. And now Mini Donut Ball creates the protective shields. The unused shield gives me tons of extra points, if unused. Ah. So if I avoid... Oh, it creates 2 shields. So if I avoid taking any damage, I get tons and tons of extra points. That is still pretty useful. Though Little Ghost has been boosted even more so. Therefore, it's still probably better to use, like, Ninja Cookie and others, who are much easier to obtain. Because even though it is now possible to obtain, Space Donut, it is almost impossible because, well, no, not... Even though it was almost impossible, and it is now much easier, it is still not easy, because you still have to spend, like 8,000 crystals worth, honestly, to be able to get the basic amount. And if you want to level them up one more, then it costs some spirit potions. But you have the esteemed Space Donut, which I am super glad about. I'm just excited. Space Mini Ball was once the core of Space Donut. Truth be told, it is the brain of the duo. Quite literally so, as the brain has been in the core of the dough. This ambitious extraterrestrial pet's dream is to one day conquer the universe with Space Donut. So, as with many things, it popped off of some other living creature, and then it became sentient on its own, just like the dragon tail, and 1 or 2 other creatures in here. Weird how they just become separate things, but at the same time, it's cool. Anywho, Log Roll Cake, who is the brother of Pancake Cookie. In fact, you need Pancake Cookie to unlock him, which I think is cool, needing another cookie. He does some other references. So he did Hammer Time as well, and there was something else that he said that I thought was clever, I liked. Maybe he'll say it at some other point. So, small gauge fills up, and he can hammer stuff and smash them with the log roll. Then he can turn the log roll into a steamroller and destroy tons of other things. And then his story is... Roll Cake Cookie was made out of the yummiest ingredients and generously decorated with the fluffiest fresh whipped cream. Sounds like a great combination? Far from it! No, it still sounds like a great combination. Roll Cake Cookie has quite a set of destructive habits. First, he likes to smash things with a giant hammer. Hammer smash. I mean Hulk smash. Second, he rides an enormous road roller. Not a steamroller, a road roller. I see. And as if that wasn't enough, once Roll Cake Cookie was caught yelling, "I only wanted to be a lovable cake." Oh, that's sad. Perhaps the milked cow had a wild side, or the whipped cream was whipped too much? We'll never know. Oh, the Roll Cake Cookie... Oh no, I thought that was the roll itself, not the cookie, because the roll that he has is also alive. So I thought the roll was saying that. He's actually saying it. He doesn't even like his destructive habits as much. That's sad. Anyway, he still destroys stuff. And then the spotlight... Don't know why it's a spotlight. Green slows down energy drain, and red activates blast mode. That's what they do, I forget. Light Bros used to be the only thing that could stop Roll Cake Cookie. Oh, I did say it right in the title. Oh, well, I don't need to change that at least. But now they've teamed up. Instead of stopping at red, the road roller charges like an angry bull. Even though green is afraid of high speed, nothing can stop red from enjoying the ride. Huh. I do enjoy the story of this. That's interesting. So that's why it's a stoplight. Huh. Anyway, Yoshi World Gaming is apparently Nerdy Octoling, but you changed the name. Yeah, I like both, but I like this one better. You also say train, and then you also say train, 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 train. Your birthday, train, my birthday is in 12 days. And you actually said train in the last one. Well, that is awesome, not only because I love trains, but because it's your birthday in 12 days. So happy early birthday to you. Can't say no to a road roller, haha. Well, I say happy birthday to you. And that was cringy of me. So no problems on the old names. I can also destroy that traffic light up above. That's his magic candy ability. Pretty weak magic candy ability, I gotta say. It gives extra points for doing so. I like his hammer creates like a slam down. So if he's in the air, he'll lean towards the ground. And those little extra, like, nuts and bolts that he creates are worth tons of points. So definitely one of the good ones. Another strong cookie to add to the bunch. There's also some glitch where that occurs, and you just fall down the thing, so you have to jump. But it wasn't programmed for you to do... Excuse me, it wasn't programmed for that to happen. So you're supposed to run over and be able to be on the solid ground. But that does not happen. But I messed up that round anyway. So, it is time to smash. Honestly, the whole color scheme of the cookie looks delicious and makes me want to have pumpkin spice pancakes. I also enchanted his magic candy to give extra destruction points, because I got the legendary skill. So I was like, I won't pass this up. They also did a tweak, I believe, to the shield and the cheese axe. The cheese axe now makes less who's-ma-what's-this-is, cheese obstacles, but it makes their points worth much more. As a balance change. So, essentially, you get pretty much the same thing, except if you get points for destroying stuff. So you gotta jump over that spot. If you got points for destroying stuff, you'd have a couple less obstacles, I guess, to destroy, maybe? Either way, it's still a very useful item, and more useful now, because this whole route is all about destroying stuff. And, collecting some of the bear jellies, but mostly destruction. And, those look like little cakes, which I'm happy about. Little alphabet jellies. Which makes sense, because even though they're a different kind of cake, he is still a cake cookie. I've never actually tried a log roll cake, or a roll cake. I've heard of them. I've seen a picture. I know them from Cookie Wars, because that was a spelled log roll cake. I had heard of them in the past. I had seen one picture, and then I saw on Twitter another picture. So that is all I know about them, but they look delicious. They look delicious, and I want them. Also, if you notice that the audio is slightly changed, that is because I am standing and hunched over, because my leg was falling asleep. So I'm now standing while doing this instead of sitting down, but leaning over because I have it plugged in because the power is low. So now I am hunched over the side in a very uncomfortable position. So I apologize if my sound is off. And get all of that. Oh, I missed the potion. It's actually the first time I missed the potion. I've been pretty good at getting that. Ah, we're dead. Okay, my foot is better. There's also a little bit of a weird buzzing coming from my computer. I heard it while I was standing, but I don't hear it while I'm down. Hopefully it's nothing too concerning. Also, finally, there's going to be another use for this type of gem. Before it was just... what's-this? Yoga Cookie, I believe? Who this was... Yeah, only Yoga Cookie had this little, solid brown sugar crystal. So finally Pancake Cookie gets it. I was wondering when something else would finally have, you know, the thing. That gem, because otherwise it was just Yoga Cookie, and if you've maxed out Yoga, or you don't feel like maxing out Yoga, it has no other purpose in the game. It is solely dedicated to Yoga Cookie, and now it is no longer. So, haha. And at this point, Yoga is no longer the best. He is much stronger than Yoga is. So therefore, we shall roll it up. Another game made by Dev Sisters was called Tape It Up. Different from this, but still, it involves rolling something to up something. Jump over there. You gotta be careful. And you should use your hammer as much as possible. You can try and save it, but you want it to recharge as much as possible. Don't do that and then get hit while using it. Wait a second or two, but since all those, these things are worth so much, it's a good idea to not save it. Because it recharges pretty quickly, honestly, which I'm happy about. So you will want to use it when you can, like there. But you should have gotten the bonus time, which I did not, because I had messed up. That's a very difficult bonus time thing to get. I've missed it on numerous go-rounds, which displeases me greatly. Collecting goodies, collecting goodies. Yoshi World Gaming's birthday is coming up in 12 days, except now you are the nerdy Octoling. And potion. Hey, ow! Darn it! Why? I know why. It's because anytime I'm on screen, my cookie run skills degrade greatly. I can do well when I'm not talking and just focusing on the game, and I do much worse at it when I am playing the game and talking at the same time. Ah, the struggles of Let's Playing. Overall, still a pretty good struggle to have, all things considered in life. Who called a demolitionist? Nobody. You just showed up and started demolishing things. And besides, I have many other problems in life that are much worse than whatever problem I was talking about. I don't even remember. Couldn't speak there. And acquired some of those little goodies. Getting you, getting you, getting all of you. I'm debating on whether or not I should use the shield because they had boosted it, or if I should keep using the shell. I wanna... because I could use the magnetism's effects. That would require me to get hit, but still, could be very useful. It depends. Kind of like this strategy. If I'm going to change any of the treasures to something else, I would do it to the speed boost. The, what do you call it? The mini roller skate, that was it. I would make it the mini roller skates. I didn't time that right. But I was able to time it to be able to jump up there, and now I fly! I fly with my massive hammer. That is one strong traffic light. And one strong cookie to be able to hold a hammer that appears to be, like, 4 times his own weight. It's like an ant. A very weak ant. Because ants can hold up to, like, 50 times their weight. So he still fails as an ant, but succeeds as a strong cookie. And I mean, just the whole color palette looks delicious. It looks like something I would get at a nice restaurant. Now I want pancakes with whipped cream, like from IHOP. I love IHOP. And Pizza Hut. It would be awesome when I was younger. Ah, there we go. I got the potion that time. And for my birthday, we would head out sometimes in the morning. For a couple of birthdays, we were able to go to IHOP for breakfast and then Pizza Hut for dinner, which was awesome. Now, my sister will make pancakes for me. Oh, we're so close to leveling up, for getting the next thing. And if we do, we'll be able to level up the magic candy. So my sister will usually make pancakes in the morning, and then we'd head out to Pizza Hut for dinner. So it ends up being nice. So that's what I do on my birthday. Do you have any plans on what you're going to be doing, Nerdy Octoling, for your birthday? Hopefully not destruction in progress. And now we smash like the Hulk, except the Hulk uses his hands instead of a steamroller. We're like Rolly from Bob the Builder. I almost said Thomas the Tank Engine. That's a different old show that I used to love. Those are some of my favorites when I was very little. And potion. Got the cake, got the cake. Smash! Smash I will, because this world seems to respawn in Smashitude. Oh, that's right, I have the free rescue. I could use that to help me. I'm going to save it a little longer, but I can use that to help extend my reach to the stars above. And my run. That's important. I also did not utilize in the other runs just how frequently the hammer respawns, but I had only played it like a few times. Maybe 4 or 5 runs. So I did not learn all the ins and outs of using the cookie. There we go. Fly in the sky, way up high, getting stuff. Also, you will notice I maxed out Cocoa Cookie's affection and changed the jelly to tiny little marshmallows that have her little red dress insignia, little triangles on it. Because I had to maximize Cocoa. I mean, logically, I had to, reasonably, I had to maximize Lemon, because he was the one that I would use in the other mode. Who's a what's-this mode? Trophy Race. So, I had to maximize his affection logically, and then second was Cocoa, because she is my favorite cookie. I want to do Mint Choco, but there are other cookies that I need to use. The ones that I use in Breakout, for example, Kamiho, and some others are very important that I use them. I maximize their powers. Why am I far, far less in points this time? I got so close the last time. What did I do differently? Alright, how did I mess up? How did I mess this up? I don't know. It's recorded, so you'll know. You'll see what I did wrong. I'm very forgetful. No, I don't want to purchase you, though. Due to just lack of money, as opposed to wanting to. Because I actually would want to pay to support this game, since Dev Sisters is awesome. So it's not that I don't want to support your company. It's just that I don't have the extra funds. Oh, no. Alright, it's one more. Oh, just one is needed. Of course, Dilly. Alright, I will pay for one extra, and then see if I can boost you up a little bit. Hey! And plus 30 affection. Mighty Road Roller, level 3. Excellent. 2 potions, that'll be pretty easy to get. No problem, we can achieve it. I really want to upgrade to get to the next level on this stream. I have a couple more runs left with Roll Cake. So I think I'll be okay. Did I get hit with Roll Cake and that's why I had to end the run sooner? I cannot recall. Oh, I already have the 2 potions. Logically, I should stop. But I want to try and fail. I want to try and succeed, but I will inevitably fail at getting to the next rank. If you can destroy stuff with that smash, then you should. Otherwise, just use it in a safe place. Okie dokie. Hey, we got the log roller. Rollin', 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 rollin'. Keep rollin', 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 rollin'. The AVGN drinks rollin', 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 rollin' rock. And jump! We did it! Okay. Also, getting Space Donut unlocked a whole bunch of other Cheer Squad effects, which I was super glad about. So I will need to upgrade Space Donut to get some more Cheer Squad, which will not help me in trial modes, but it will help me in the main modes. So, spread the word if you wanna boost in some stats. Gotta remember to unlock Space Donut. Alright, we're doing way better this time. I think maybe not. Okay, never mind. Jumpo. Jumpo Lumpo. Jumpo Lumpo. Mumpagoo. Jumpo. Jumpo. Jumpapalooza. Jump Smash. Jump. Jump. Jumpo Jump. 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 Smash. Jump. Jump. It feels like I'm going significantly less far. There we go. Got the road roller. Oh. Okay. So I can succeed in this as long as I just don't get hit again. Because that made me slow down, and that made me not get the road roller, and that made me not get the points that I needed. Okay. So I'm gonna get you. I'm actually gonna swap out the shell for the skate. Where are you, Skateroo? Skateroo! Where be you? There you are. 7.5% faster. And 7% cooler. Hammer down. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hammer down. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I think maybe it's more destruction points for destroying things in the steamroller mode, and then also there are traffic lights. If that's the case, then his magic candy is way more useful than just the bonus of a couple extra point-worthy traffic lights. And you? Marvelous. Getting stuff. Not dying yet. Always a good. And smash. Spider smash. Spider smash. Does whatever the Hulk will smash. Hey! We got the roller! They see me rollin'. They rollin'. They rollin', they rollin'. I am wide and nerdy. Yeah! I like how he puts the little cinnamon buns over his eyes, though they don't actually they would not work as glasses. They actually would just cover up his eyes because he can't see through them, making him even more reckless and destructive. His destructive habits are very dangerous, and his family is concerned for him. Not self-destruction, but destruction of the environment around him. Luckily, he goes to abandoned wastelands in which the obstacles respawn, so nobody really gets hurt in the end. I love all the backgrounds that they make. Some of them they reuse in certain areas, and others they just make up brand new. I love this little cake valley. Oh, I missed the pouch. The pouch of destiny. And I missed the potion. That basically undoes a good amount of things that I could have done. That undoes my progress. Really could have used that potion. If I had gotten that potion, I would not have lost this. It all came down to that potion that I missed. So, need to not miss the potion. Though I will scratch my nose. Missed potions kill 80 a year. Don't be one of them. Make sure to catch your potions. Alright, let's do this. He's roly-poly-oly. That is a different show. But he is rolling things down, and so roly, I say roly. I didn't say that song correctly. I just finished up a test for management class. I'd say it went well. But, it's a weird grading in the class. Because basically what ends up happening is, like, on the test, it has multiple answers that could be correct, and you have to choose the most correct, even though there are multiple correct answers. There are things that we never learned that are on the test. There are things from the textbook that I said to study that are not on the test, even if you study them in the textbook. Like, usually it's like, oh, you gotta study the textbook, and that's how you get ahead. Well, I did study the textbook, and there are things that were not listed. Or there were things that were listed that were applied to one thing. So, like, a list of all sorts of things that were applied to other things, and it didn't quite work out. Oh, no, I missed the bonus thing. So, like, this kind of analysis consists of A, B, C, and D, and then you'll get another analysis using those same things, but we learned the other thing for that. Alright, let me explain that better. So basically, it's like, here are the ingredients for a cake. Eggs, flour, milk, and water. Now, how do you make glue? And then it'll say eggs, flour, water, and milk, and stuff like that. And it's like, what? We didn't learn this. This was not in the text. This makes no sense. Well, it makes barely sense, because you can technically use those to make glue. So now you had to figure out some way that it's connected, and it was never explained. And then oftentimes the teacher will just grade you very low. And on other papers, like, I had been in charge of passing out papers, and I don't like to read people's papers or anything, but it was a little difficult to see everybody's name, so I had looked down at the papers, and for mine I had gotten an A-. Now, I had worked very hard on this paper, and I don't mean to sound like I'm boosting myself up, but I had worked very hard on it for a long time, and really, I should have gotten, like, an A on it. I don't think I don't know an A+. I would just say I would have gotten an A, at least. And when I got it back, I got an A-. Now, he doesn't write anything that you have done wrong. The only thing that he was annoyed with was that I crossed out a word in pencil that was written on there that was wrong. Oh my gosh, he says they see me rolling. Ah! That was the other reference. Ah, I love this game. You reference Plants vs. Zombies, you reference the things that I reference. I love you, game. And I have Space Donut. Oh, I am so happy you made the pun. You made the pun. You did the thing. Oh, that makes me so happy. Anyway, so my teacher would kind of be ridiculous with grading because there were other kids who wrote barely any page. Not articulated well, not as many things on it, and they got an A-. And it's like, wait, excuse me, I did so much more work and you gave me an A- because, like, there was one, it was like policies, and it should have been politics, so I had crossed it out in pencil on the paper. So I didn't even misspell the word, I used the wrong word, but then I corrected it, and he was upset about that. I did hear that he grades on a curve, which means, for those of you youngins who don't know what that means, it means that the overall score gets extra points added. Usually when the teacher messes up and they're not as good with teaching, they'll just be like, okay, everybody's scores are already, like, lower. Like, if everybody has, like, an 88, then they'll be like, oh, okay, I'll give you 12 more points. This way everybody would get, like, 100. Everybody who would have gotten an 88 would have gotten 100. And stuff like that. To make it, look better in the end, because if all the students end up failing, that is a thing on the teacher. So the teacher doesn't want that to happen, so oftentimes when you get a bad teacher, you'll be graded on a curve. So, hopefully that will be the case in the end. But, the last test that I got back, I did pretty well on. Like, I actually know management, and I can definitively say there were some questions that I would legitimately have gotten wrong, but there were not many. There were like 2 that I'd be like, oh, I don't know how this would be applied. And that would be a fair loss. That would be a fair point given off. But I would have basically gotten a 96 then, because it's a 50-point quiz. Instead, I ended up getting a C, instead of what should have been either an A or an A+. Luckily, he will drop the lowest test, so hopefully, now that I've gotten a chance to understand his test-giving patterns, and knowing that things just won't quite be working out as intended, I will get the better of the 2 grades. And I'm also, even though it's an A-, I have perfect participation, and the teacher actually does like me, because I'm reliable, so I'm very happy about that, at least. At least the teacher is nice. Reasonable person. Actually, I'm the class secretary because he often forgets what we're doing, so I have to keep track and remind him. Because I'm very honest. And I keep that. I could manipulate it and be like, oh no, this project was due later. And then there were a couple of students who were like, hey, maybe we should all just say it was due here. And I say no, it was due during this point. Plus, also, the benefit to that is when I'm responsible and other people are not responsible, then it, like, ends up paying off. So it's like, oh, the project is due on this date. And people are like, oh, could you just say it's on the other date? And I'm like, well, it was due here. It's the truth. I kind of want to help out other people, but at the same time, I'm being responsible, and it's my job. I'm not going to just end up lying like that. So I'm like, no, it is still due on this date. I'm being honest. And it's like, what he'll do is that he never writes down any of the assignments that we have. He never gives us any papers. He will just say, very mumbly what we have to do. But he does say everything, though he will also contradict it. So I write down everything that he says, and then we'll have to correct him when it ends up being wrong. Because other times he'll end up remembering what he says, and other times he'll forget. I understand it, but, like, he's a college professor. Like, he's being paid to make sure that this stuff is correct, and I'm the student. In fact, I'm, like, all I would need is the textbook anyway, and I would have learned all the stuff that I would need. So many of the classes are just so superfluous. I mean, management happens to be one of the classes that I would be, or would affect me a little bit more, so I'm very happy that I'm good at it. But it's like there are so many other classes at college that you could learn to utilize better, like living on your own, like taxes and write-offs. Like, whoever ends up having classes about that. There's so many other important things that it could be teaching you. Instead, it just teaches you stuff that you've already learned in high school. Anyway, I may be done, but Roll Cookie is not done yet, and I'm only 12 points away from having gotten all the alphabet jellies I needed. Oh, joyous day. But, you know, we've been streaming for almost 50 minutes now. We could... You know what? I want to get it to 50 minutes. I don't need to. But I could. And that's what I'm gonna do. And she wants to explore the big wide world, just like Peep and the Big Wide World. I used to love that show when I was little as well. Have any of you seen Peep in the Big Wide World? You should. It's cute. If you're a kid. If you're older, you will probably find it charming as well. And also I would recommend showing your kids if you're an adult who has kids of your own. It's very mellow. It's just about a little circular bird named Peep, who is like a rooster, Chirp, who is a bird, and then Quack, who is the silly comic relief one. And, they have hijinks exploring the world. Like, they were in a field, and there was buckets of paint, and they figured out that they could change their color. And they all wanted to be other colors, and Chirp and Peep look pretty similar in terms of the fact that they are both tiny round birds, and Quack is an oval. But, I think they had changed each other's color by going in the paint. And it's not necessarily educational, but it is a very fun, pleasant show. So if you want some cute thing to watch, show your kids that. And if you are a kid, check it out. It's a mellow, pleasant show. It's not very educational. Good for very, very young kids. I feel it's better than shows like Maisie. Not that Maisie was bad or anything, but there are some kids shows that are like, actually no, I'm thinking of Miffy. Even though I thought Miffy was an adorable show anyway, because it was a little claymation bunny, and I love bunnies. And the cookies they had on that show looked delicious. I always wanted to eat those cookies. In fact, in real life, I found at the store they would have those sugar cookies. They would always have the white or the colored frosting on them. Luckily, they would usually appear around October, and I'd have them at Halloween parties. So it would be orange or yellow frosting, and orange is my favorite color. So I'm okay with the color of it. But I really wanted to eat those sugar cookies without the frosting on it, because the cookie themselves, like you'd get at the store, those little like rounded ones that are like kind of flat on the bottom, they're all like super squishy, like a perfectly rounded thing. They look like the cookies from Miffy. So I was always like, oh, I want to eat just the bottom part, because that'll be like eating the cookies from Miffy. Because they would always have cookies, and they would always be delicious, and so often the cookies would like break, or maybe that was just the episode that I watched over and over, where it was just like, you gotta be careful of the cookies or else they'll break. And then it's like, no, the cookies, they're so delicious. If you didn't know, I happen to like cookies. I happen to be playing Cookie Run Oven Break, so that may have given it away. I also love cake. And today we have played as Log Roll Cake. Roll Cake Cookie. Yeah, it is Roll Cake Cookie. So, cakes and cookies. My, like, two favorite dessert things. Not my favorite candy, though. My favorite candy are Andy's candies. That is my favorite. Oops. Oh yeah, this was the male talking about things. Like the little, face that he has there, like the little lips. I don't know what those are called. Anyway, we're now 2 minutes over 50 minutes, so for anybody who wanted it to be 50 minutes, I apologize to all of my OCD fans. I tried to get it over 50 so it wouldn't be 48. So, anyway, as long as Adrian Monk is not watching this, I think we'll be okay. And if he is, then that would be awesome, because then that means the guy who played Monk would be watching my show, and that would be a wonderful thing. And for anybody who is not Adrian Monk but also has OCD, I apologize for causing you upsetment. Anyway, I believe it's that time again. If you like what I do, don't be shy to give a thumbs up. Have a pleasant day, everyone, and this is Handington, signing off. Bye! I say bye. Tap the thing. Tap.